Hello, back again to discuss the corruption at Wakefield Council. Today I'm going to start and hopefully explain to you, this is basically the start. There'll be about 50 videos. I mean, there's some of them that are outside the house, there's even a professional one being done. It costs about £7,000, but today we're going to discuss this ARCO and all these many invoices. Absolutely astounding amount of invoices, lots of them, all containing council engineers' names, and this was the basis of why Wakefield Council wanted me out of the way and rid of, as you will see. Obviously this is just the start of it, but basically I'll explain first of all. ARCO is a workwear shop. It's at Ossett. It's basically where builders, contractors have an account and they sell workwear and things of that nature. It's usually people, lads go in and get workwear on the boss's account, etc. But I'm going to start by explaining to you about Wakefield Council, how they work, or their workloads. If you're a direct employee of Wakefield Council, basically what happens is this. You probably, well you do, I think you might get a pair of boots every 3 years, a coat, a hat, whatever. You probably apply for them and basically somebody signs it off, yes, go to stores or whatever, that kind of thing. But what these corrupt scoundrels have done for many years is use a private contractor's account. And we all know doing that to be wrong, and as I'm going to prove that to you and I'll show you that. It started off many years ago. I was approached by a member of council, a senior engineer, well a few of them, and said, Derek, do you mind if we use your ARCO account? Well, I can't buy you things. No, we don't mean that, Derek. What we mean is, we'll pay you. It's just easier than going through all rigmarole there. Well, if you're going to pay me, that's okay. Fine. That was that. So it starts off all in good faith, and they buy a bit of this, bit of that. All this expensive. It wasn't your crap. It was all the dearer, you know, the 100 pair of boots and the Berg house. And it went on for years and years, thousands of pounds spent, absolute thousands. And it went on for years and years. But originally, when I went to put an invoice in for of course what would happen is this, they'd spend something, tell me, and when I did an invoice, you know, just a daily invoice, a weekly invoice for any work, it would add it on. But the first invoice I did, I wrote workwear on it. I think a chap called Paul Madison, I think he bought about three pair of rigger boots or something, you know, treat yourself to day stuff. But I put workwear and I went, whoo, you can't put workwear. Why, what's the matter? Well, basically we're not allowed to buy you workwear, and it will look like we're paying you to buy workwear for yourself. What do I do then? Oh, just write it down as you've used an extra dumper or an excavator or an extra man or something of that nature. Oh, that's okay, fine. And it went on and on. But they used to ring me and say, we're going up to your ARCO to use your account. Fine, okay. And it got to the point where they want a phone call, they want nothing. And to be fair, I think they got ARCO, the wording mixed up, and actually thought it was ASDA. I think they really believed they were going to ASDA. It was like, you know, like school kids in a sweet shop, as you would say. Up and quite, well, it was never ending. You know, the Berg house, this, two pair of this in a week, and there was one kid there, a kid called Danny Chappell. He was a senior, well, he was an engineer. We used to call him Vulture Head. He would eat anything, absolutely anything. We actually thought our water bowls were going missing and that because they were eating him. That's the greediness of the man. I never stood in front of him, put it that way. He'd have had a bite at you. But his greed extended to other things, and I'll tell you what happened. A funny thing happened one day. I think there were about four of us in Arco, you know, getting whatever. And he comes in, does this Danny Chappell. Hiya Danny, alright, yeah, I'm going to get some boots. Anyways, he's at back at shop. And the only pair of boots that fitted him were, you know, the cheapest of cheap riggers, you know, the 20 quidders. But they were a beautiful pair of DeWalt, I think they were, about £100 or something. Couldn't get his size. But the greedy man he was, he forced and tugged and pulled. I think they were a size 10 in it anyway. He was trying to get into something like a ladies 4 or something like that. That's the kind of greed he was. And he persisted that much. He got them on and he fell straight over the table in Arco. Anyway, you've never heard people laugh as much. But anyway, that's another story. So generally, so they use Arco, and they were just using it that much. I just got fed up with it. I thought, I'm sick of these people, you know, they take it piss, basically. And I thought that was that. Little did I know, when I stopped them doing that, that was the turning point. That's when they started to turn on me. And videos what will come out after this, you'll start to realise what scoundrels they are. So I stopped it, just like that. I thought, I'm a bit fed up with it anyway. They turned on me then. You know, they started getting nasty and things were going on. And it'll all come out, obviously. I'm going to tell you about all that. So I brought it up. I brought it with someone senior, and it went to fraud people then at the council. And it ended up with a chap called David Wennett. Funny little chap. You know, you got the impression he was idle, you know, slovenly, didn't want to do much, you know. Anyway, his question was, what were the shop they were using, what did they buy, and who bought it? So I told him, you know, and his reply was, not enough meat on the bone for me. Word for word, not enough meat on the bone. I said, what do you mean not enough meat on the bone? I said, this were in Wakefield 1 at a meeting in office. I said, can't you just press a button on a lift and go upstairs a flight and ask them? Doesn't work like that. I said, so basically you're not doing anything about it? No. I thought, well, my God. Anyway, I thought if I persist, you know, they were having a go at me as it. I thought I'll just let it go. Little did I know events what were going to take place after that, you know, how they'd had a go at me and everything. But in general, basically what you go for is this. They were spending that much money, thousands of pounds. Now, later on when it come out, we Merrin McRae and her legal team, basically, this is the actual answer. This is what they said to me. We have an ARCO account, and I thought, well, what kind of, to try and justify what had been going on. I said, what do you mean you've got an ARCO account? I said, we have an ARCO. I said, well, I dare say you have got an ARCO account. I said, I dare say you've got lots of accounts. I said, but does that mean engineers can, and that's all they want? We've got an ARCO account. I said, well, let's put it another way. If you have an ARCO account, why use mine? Why ask me on an invoice to not write workwear and write something else if you have an ARCO account? It fluffed him really, you know. But let me just tell you how it works then, basically. When you complain and it goes to an investigation, it's straight to talk to Merrin McRae, you know, the £3,500 a week who's supposed to look after everything. And it goes to her, and what happens is this, what a lot of people don't know is this, where you would, I mean, as you can see, all the names are on, all the money they spend, you'd think they would say, well, yes, it'll be dealt with, this shouldn't go on. No. What happens is this, Merrin McRae gets a legal team of cowards, I call them cowards, basically cowards, scourge. She'll get them all together, she'll say, we need this pushing under the carpet. It hasn't happened, basically. Not on my watch, because not CEOs like Merrin McRae, it doesn't look good when things like this happen. So they have a thing called non-transparency, basically. What it means is basically, no matter what happens and what complaint you put in, You'll never get to know about it because the law says they don't have to tell you, but the sad thing for those scoundrels, those thieving scoundrels in there, it's my account, so I know what's happened, and the world's going to get to know what's happened. Anyway, so basically, it goes to Mary McRae, and she basically down the line, you know, all these people who basically shove the head up her arse, and that's it, you know, to look good. They do the utmost to dismiss it. But you ask yourself this: how many single mums out there, old people, anybody to be honest, how many of you would like to just go out and buy £100 pair of boots for your kids or yourself even in winter? How many of you would like to don yourself out with a nice Berghaus trousers, coats and that? They weren't buying just, it wasn't normal. They were one of them. A couple of pair of trousers in a day, one of them 3 pair of boots in a week, thousands and thousands of pounds of taxpayers' money. Now, tell me, I mean, it's here, it's not lies, the names are here, that's what's done. And do you know what they say? If I'm not mistaken, there's no case to answer. No case to answer. It's absolutely alarming. This is just a little snippet of what's been going on, a slight snippet. There is absolutely mountains of, it's worse than this, absolutely worse than this. But you get the general idea. So they're not allowed to do it, but nobody gets in trouble. How many people got suspended? None. Sacked? None. In trouble about? None. Paid the money back? None. One kid, a kid called Danny Chappell, you know, the vulture head who I mentioned, he spent a couple of grand, you know, in a year or something, you know, only a couple of grand of taxpayers' money, and he left. And I asked the question, I says, what about this Chappell kid then? I says, for instance, he's left. I said, oh, he's left. I said, is that okay then? Well, yeah. Ask yourself this: how many of you out there, if you didn't pay your rent and you moved to South Yorkshire, do you think you wouldn't get a letter? Of course you would. You'd be hunting you down like African hunting dogs. So rest assured, we all know that. And how many thousands have spent? How many potholes would it have filled? How many good things would it have done for people of Wakefield? A lot. But now, it doesn't matter. Mary McRae is not going to be told on her watch that somebody's done something wrong. But this, as I said, this is just the start of it. But you can get the gist now why they want rid of me. Get him out. Of course they did. And, you know, and I'm going to just say at this point, I just want to mention, I mean, I've got a lot to say about MPs, but I just want to mention at this point, John Trickett, my MP, he's been involved from the off, and I will say this, every letter I wrote to him, he's replied. He wrote to council asking for answers. He's still involved today, so as far as that goes, I've nothing to say wrong. There's obviously some other MPs, Wakefield MPs, I've got a lot to say about, and you'll be quite disappointed in them, especially when they come asking for you to tick the box for them. But in general, yeah, this ARCO thing, I mean, obviously, and this is another thing what you have to remember. If it's not true, I'm accusing staff at Wakefield of committing fraud by spending public purse. Now, we should expect police knocking on my door, shouldn't we, or a solicitor's letter. It won't happen. Do you know why? Because it's true, it's here, and they know that. So they can send one if they want, that's not a problem, but the cowards, they won't send one. So, well, let's just have a look. I mean, I'm not, all the names are here, you know, that chap, honestly, they thought it was Asda. You know, honestly, you couldn't get to front at queue at ARCO for them. It were unbelievable. It were unbelievable. I mean, I'll tell you a funny tale. Old vulture, Danny Chappell, what a greedy man. We once told him about a butcher's at Stanley, lovely butcher, warm pork pies. we're told worst mistake we'd ever made, and I tell no lies, worst mistake we'd ever made. Lads stopped talking to me for a while for telling him. You could go on a morning, lovely warm pork pie, there used to be about 100 on a tray. As soon as we told him about it, they're gone. I'm sure he was buying them in tray, honestly, in tray load. You know, like one of them cartoon characters, you know, eating right quick. But anyway, this I'm trying to put a bit of funny side to it, but overall, as members of public of Wakefield, pretty bad, innit, you know, pretty bad. How they squander your money and nothing done about it and hiding the facts, but it won't be hidden, I can assure you this. We're going to delve into cash. We're going to delve into how charities might have wanted something doing but they spent it on the buddies. There is so much. You're going to pull your hair out, some people. And what I would say is this, as all these videos go on, jump back and forward because you're going to learn so much about how this council works, how this council don't work for you, basically. Because they don't work for you. They don't work. I mean, can you imagine £3,500 a week? And she lets her staff steal public purse. Well, I mean, what kind of carry on is that? Really? What kind? They know they've done wrong. They all know it's wrong. But yeah. But I mean, well, let's put it another way. Wakefield Council will probably have accounts with many businesses. Let's say they've got an account with hire van business. None of the staff can just walk in and say, can I have a van? It don't work like that. And nor can they go into Arco and just buy clothes. They lied to me from the off. They lied to me from the off. You know, they tell me, I mean, when they're paying you, yeah, it's like, yeah, you think there's nothing wrong, but what a Wakefield Council employee will tell me, he says, they can't do that. He says, they shouldn't tell you, they can use your Arco card. I said, well, I didn't buy them anything. He says, no, he says, but, he says, whether they've paid you or not, he says, they can't do that. He says, it's public purse. He says, what do you think the public will think? And that's how basically then I come to report it to somebody higher up and basically, you know, under carpet. Yeah. Oh, this, if you remember, I mentioned that David Werritt, you know, the little idol person, who worked fraud. I'll mention it later on, like about one at meetings down the line. I says, and what about this meeting with this David Werritt had? David Werritt is left. I said, well, what's that got to do with his left? Well, he's left as David. And this was Gillian Marshall, the most senior legal person at Wakefield. I says, oh yeah. I says, well, I says, sure there'll be some record. Can't find any of his paperwork. It's like, you know, it's like something you see with CIA or FBI in America. You can't find his paperwork. What? Nothing on company. Nothing. You know, it's all gone. I says, so that's end of David Werritt. I says, Corrupt David. Well, yes, he's not here, that's it, gone, no paperwork. I says, nobody's rich him, nobody knows where he lives, don't know his phone number, he's left nothing on computer. That is how they act. That is how they act. You'd be in shock. But yeah, all you people out there who get plagued with bills off council and you can't get anything done, you're going to get to know why you can't get things done. Yeah. Right, wait till you hear some of the things that are going to come out. Unbelievable. But yeah, see why they want rid of me, aren't you? Eh? Can't you? But anyway, I'm going to finish for now, because I've got a lot to do. Hell of a lot to do. But don't forget to keep watching out. It's going to be Corruption 3, 4, 5 and so on, right? It'll go up to about 50 or 60. It's probably unprecedented. There's never been an investigation like it at Wakefield Council, and no one has been suspended or anything. No one. It's alarming. But yeah, why use my Arco account when you've got your own? Why tell me to book different things except workwear? And what the hell does that mean, Gillian Marshall? We have an Arco account. Unreal. They add up to thousands, these, absolute thousands of pounds. There's a lot of people could have done a lot with this money. You know, charities could have filled a lot. I'll tell you what, they've filled a lot of potholes with. Berghouse this, super safety rigger boot, what's that, £78. It just, it go, I can't see right with these sunglasses. I've got these sunglasses on because I've got a marker, I fell on blinking stairs. It's under, you know, it just goes on and on and on. What's this, what's he bought here? Well, it's Trojan safety boots, Trojan this, and then I think day after he spent some more. What's this one here? Oh, this is a good one. £102 pair of boots. Matt Sherwood. Now this chap here, he moved to Leeds Council. This one, he was a senior engineer at Wakefield, and all these people I'm talking about, they're all in land drainage department. So he moves to Leeds. Anyway, I thought, bollocks to him. So Leeds know about this. No, it doesn't matter. So I said to them at Leeds, I said, sorry, it's all right. I said, you've got basic corrupt people in your council, and it don't matter. Not really. We'll just wait what Wakefield have to see, and we all know what Wakefield's done about it, don't we? Nothing. Nothing. Same as Vulturehead, who's gone. Oh, Danny Chappell. Why shouldn't he pay that couple of grand back? Because you know, if he had to pay that back, it's like saying they're all you know, it wrong. But they won't do that. That Merrin McRae had a chance. At the beginning of all this, I'll just tell you, beginning of all this, what I said to him was, I don't mind you dealing with it internally if it's done correctly. But they haven't done that. They haven't done that at all. All they wanted to do is push it under the carpet. But it won't happen. It won't happen. By the time I'm done, it's going to be on one of the channels. It'll be on Panorama or something like that by the time I'm done, because she needs sacking. And when you find out as we go along a lot of other things, these questions need to be asked. How many more people are involved in this den of corrupt, what's it, rats? Rats, I refer to them as rats and scoundrels among other things, but you don't know who's involved, do you? Well, some of these getting goods for somebody else. You know, is that the big cover-up? You know, has Merrin McRae got a shoe rack at home full of rigger boots? We don't know. And that's the reason why you have an investigation. And that's why it should be open and transparent. We pay the wages, us. And they get away with this non-transparency. It's wrong. It's so wrong. But yeah, we don't know, you know. But the way I've been described about it, you know, the way I've been told things work is basically was what I said. No CEO of any council wants to be looked upon as not done the job right, and things gone wrong on their watch. So yeah, but an alarming amount to cover up, an alarming amount. I mean, that's just the start of it. When we get into the thick of it, you're going to be astounded. But yeah, I once tallied all this up and that. It run into thousands of pounds what they spent. Absolute thousands of pounds what they spent. Yeah. So yeah, they were just basically going and buying what they wanted. Arco Asda, that's what it is. I think they've got learning difficulties. ARCO, and they looked ASDA Asda. They were coming. I think they get the regulation clothes and that at council, you know, like regulation. They were coming in Berghouse, that nice fancy scarf, lovely hat, beautiful pair of gloves, first aid box. I think one of them bought a pair of ladders and that, or 2 pair of ladders and that. I think bought one for council and that, and one for staircase at home. But we'll get them all. They've only got away with in there. Out here, people aren't going to be so happy about all this. We want answers. We want a lot of answers. I'm basically, they've tried all sorts of me, shut me down, threatened me, I can get in trouble there, I can get in trouble, nothing. Send who they well please. I go to court any day of the week. Any day of the week. When they want to go to court, I'm quite prepared to go to court. they're going to court anyway. I mean, it's going to go to court. We're going to have them in court. We're going to have them. We're going to name and shame. In fact, you know, let's just go through some of this. If you will, I mean, that Paul Madison, most senior, and this Paul Madison, this chap, he deals with all money in his division. Yeah, he deals with all money. Yeah, Mr. Cashing Envelopes himself, but that's another one. That's another video, that. Yeah, you know, that all that business, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right, I'm going to sign off for now. As I said, keep watching because, you know, it's a land. I would say this, if there's any charities out there, or keep watching, because, you know, people who's applied for any kind of grant or anything, you'd be quite amazed what's going to come up. Same as anybody who's been refused a job, or, you know, or been turned down for a job, you'll be quite amazed at one person who got a job. You'll be absolutely amazed. But then again, you have to go to South Milford, eat all day Chinese and take an